take 1,455 million. Why didn't they just build a built-in fucking mic adapter for the Hero 6? Would have been fucking nice. Anyway, I've been trying to make a video to kind of explain what has happened the last few days with my freaking car. Anyway, so I'll kind of give you guys a quick video and let you guys know what happened and why I may be done for the season of racing again for bullshit reason. Anyway, so last night went to my local drag strip and had a bunch of check engine lights come on again on the 8th of the track. So in March I had the same issue and I thought it was maybe an isolated incident. I basically got a burnout box, did my burnout, moved up, bald, double bald, and boom, gone. About the 8th of the mile, my check engine lights all came on, and all of a sudden lambda and spark and all that shit just went, you know, like neutral. Like there was nothing being shown to the computer, at least through my N gauge. And I got home, I basically did some research, and from what I could tell, it was something to do with that. Let me go check, make sure this is still fucking recording. It just did a weird fucking thing. If it is, I'll pick it back up. I'll let you guys know. Alright, might have been just me. It seems to be working, so I'll continue. So anyway, as I was saying, at the track, I basically got in the burnout box, did the burnout, did the hit, 8th mile, the first pass, 105 miles an hour. Probably going third into fourth, maybe second into third, somewhere along those lines. Basically, I had my whole dash light up, and since I've seen this before in March, I kind of knew likely what was going on. I thought it was an isolated incident. I then contacted Mike from HPJ Performance. I mean, this is one thing I like about using them is their customer support is fantastic. I mean, it was 10 o'clock at night, and the fact that Mike answered my message, he could have ignored me till Monday, but he started talking to me, just tells me that, you know, these guys deserve my business, deserve my hard-earned money. I've heard horror stories from like other shops and people going, oh, these shops are fucking horrible. I can tell you, if you go to HPJ, that will not be your experience. Anyway, let's go back. I know I was selling a little bit there. So anyway, I basically, he was talking to me. He's like, go ahead and try doing another hit, put in another fuse, see what happens. Did that, same result. You know, I did my burnout a little harder this time. I launched a little harder. I passed the 8th around 105 because this time I'm watching all the fucking markers on the track to figure out where is this happening, and it's either right before the 8th or right at the 8th, and boom, everything shuts down. And you know, I should not be running an 11 flat, passing the 8th at 104, 105 miles an hour, and only gaining 10 miles an hour past that. I usually gain 40 to 45 miles per hour. And I was cutting a 160 foot, so I know it's not the best, it's not the worst, and there's definitely some problems going on. This is a 140 plus mile per hour car. I should be trapping 144 to 145 miles an hour, and I'm not doing that. So there's definitely something going on. So I get back to the pits. I got all my friends around me, like Tony, Denny, some other guys I know from you know, different car clubs. They see us with flashlights. We're all looking. My wife notices, because she's got a keen eye, I guess I'm going fucking blind, that the cam sensor plug on the driver's side, closer to the supercharger, kind of like the top, there's some frayed ends of that. Like, looks like the cable did a lot of rubbing and chewing. I don't think that's the issue, but you know, hey, we were like, fuck it, let's replace it, let's see what happens. So I turn on the car and we're fucking around. Now my friend's pulling and yanking and twisting it. God damn, cops fucking everywhere out here. And sure enough, nothing happens. Just nothing happens. So I decided that I've had the 2 track passes. I don't want to do a third, and the same result. I mean, I figure a third time and just do the same thing. So it's probably midnight now, and I'm headed home. I decided, because I take my friend Kayla home with me. She's a cool chick. And so we leave Gateway, or WWT, and we get out probably, 100 feet past the light. I'm still in first gear. I decide I'm going to fucking romp it. So I go first, second, third. Man, that car is fucking blazing down the road. I stop about 120 miles an hour, because I'm like, man, I really should be doing this on a fucking street. Especially the fact that, not only that, I mean, I'm on probation for the next, year and a half. I don't get off probation until January 2024 for my speeding ticket. The judge did threaten me with a 2-month sentence if I fuck up. So I decided, I probably want to slow down and not do this shit. And then I do a few more hits, they're minor hits, they're nothing special. Just, and I slow down to 40, I punch it to 80, and nothing at all. It chucks along. I have no lights, no codes, no nothing. And the only I can think is, at the track with glue, I leave that line at 5,500 RPMs, and my car just sails out. It just, and I'm guessing my motor leans back, and then it fucking arcs itself towards the passenger side. And the only thing I think is maybe one of the wires are either crimped or they're damaged in some way. There's got to be something. And the motor's been apart a few times, the tran's been out a few times, so, and the blower's been off a few times. So I don't know if maybe when things came back together, if there was a problem. So, and like I said, this didn't happen all of last year. I was making track passes in October, had no problems. And the only time this happened was after I blew my transmission, but that doesn't make sense because I don't think any of the engine harness even goes to the transmission. I would assume from the fuse box that goes either into the engine compartment, which I don't see how the hell that can get damaged, or it goes from the fuse box to the engine and probably wraps around the engine and then stops. I could be wrong. I'm guessing it goes down to the starter. I'm guessing the starter, back to the engine, around the engine, back to the fuse box. I could be wrong, but I would assume that's kind of what's happening there. So this is my thought. I haven't taken this car to HPJ. I'm not an electrician. I'm not good with wiring. I can get out the meter and voltage meter and try to see, am I getting voltage on either side of it. I can do that. That's easy. But that's not going to tell me what the actual problem is. And the fact is, I don't know where all to look. I mean, I know there's, 8 fuel plugs, 8 spark plugs, there's 4 plugs for the pieces up front. I believe there's plugs in the back of the motor. I don't know where all these plugs are. So for me to start trying to diagnose that, I'm going to waste a lot of my time, which is valuable, and I'm going to waste a lot of other shops' time just waiting. So I decided that the best thing that I can do is just take it to HPJ, tell Mike and Doug, hey, let's have you look at it for 2, maybe 3 hours, and you tell me what you guys see. And if we can't figure it out then, just to go ahead and go get a whole new wiring harness. And I think I looked it up on Ford's website through Tasca Parts. I think the wiring harness from the fuse box across is only like $250, $300. So I can get a brand new harness and they can install it. And, and that might be the best route to do. I mean, because that's a gremlin that you're chasing down. Unless you can clearly see what's damaged, what's scraped up, that's what you're going to see. So I think that's what my goal is. So we'll find out. Hopefully after that it just works fine. Because if not, this is going to sit till the winter when I can have to do the engine harness. So that means I'm going to miss that last few actual track days and race days. I also do car shows. I mean, because right now I'm driving the car. It's fine. Lambda, Spark, short fuel trims, long fuel trims, all of it's working. I mean, I can punch it here if I wanted. You know, I can go. Nothing at all. And I went from 50 to 120 just like that, and everything is working. But the question is did the motor really lean back? I mean, there's not really a hit. It's just it is what it is. It's just a shitty hit. There's nothing there. I don't know. You guys tell me what you guys think. I definitely think it's wiring. I mean, I could shine on Alex a little bit from one and be like, yeah, it's a tune. Can I get 20 different revisions? Definitely not the tune. The tune's fine. So anyway, yeah, I just, I don't know, man. You guys tell me what you guys think. But yeah, I definitely think it's something to do with the wiring harness. It's the only thing that it can be is the engine harness. I don't know why else it would be tripping the cam sensor and all the things to do with the cam and the fueling and all timing and all that. I don't know why. And like I said, it's fuse number 42 in the fuse box. If you are going to look at it, hopefully I get you at the end of the video. Anyway, I appreciate you guys listening to me and my rant. I'm going to have some video. I'll probably end up just doing the audio, showing some video of the racing last night, kind of overlay that a little bit. And go from there, because obviously something is going on with this car. It traps 140 plus, not 105 of the quarter, and then or 105 in the eighth, and then trapping 112, 115. 11's flat. Something is wrong. But yeah, you guys tell me what you guys think, and we'll go from there, man. It's been a pleasure. Talk to you guys later.